Hi friends, welcome back to Learning Points, and we are discussing about the full stack application, that is using the Laravel and Angular. We are just going to create a full stack application, and we already using the JW2 and installed in the backend, that is the Laravel side, and already installed some components and created this login form, sign up form. Okay, and if you just go and inspect these, now just go to console and let's add some name, that is test@email.com, email.com, and password anything. So if you just click on this, so basically we are getting the value from inside the component file, that is the TypeScript file. So if you just go inside the front end and src app components, and as we are sign up, so just go to sign up component.ts. so we are getting this value from this from inside the TypeScript file. Now the thing is, we need to pass this data to the backend. So as a backend, we are using the Laravel application. So first of all, we are using the folder, that is the JWT with Lara Angular, and inside there we have created the backend and front end. So I just want to save this data into the backend when we just going to sign up from any. Before that, if you just go inside here, inside the backend, we have not set up the database. So currently, if you just check, the DB database is Laravel, that is the default. So I am just going to add some database name, JWT with Lara ANG. So actually I am using this type of name as the project name. And now just go here and let's create database, input my password and create database. So just add this JWT with Lara Ang and create it. So currently these are the blank database, and let's configure these things. So the database name is this, and this is my username and password abcd123 @. So in this video we are going to submit the front-end data into the backend that will make the full stack application, right? So as we are updated environment, so let's migrate some records. So if you just go inside the backend, inside the database, there is a migrations. So let's import the migration section and just go here inside the terminal. So you can see the Laravel running and Angular running. So let's create another tab for backend, and here I want to migrate the database. So php artisan migrate. Okay, so database migrated, and if you just go here and we can see the tables are migrated. So we are getting the users table. Basically this table will need to insert. So when someone will sign up from here, the data will insert into this table, right? So how we can do this? I already covered the full Angular tutorial inside my YouTube channel, and if I just want to send some data from here, and we need to call the service. So inside the backend we have some routes. So simply just check this. So if we just go here inside the route section, just go to the backend, just go to the route section. So we have api.php and we have some routes already created. So we can call this route. So by this route we can get the access of these things. And how we can call this? We need to create some service. By the service we will call this. Now if I just go here and inside the TypeScript file, we are getting all the from data. So we need to pass this data to the service, and from the service we will call the APIs, and using the APIs we will save the data or fetch the record, anything. So we can do this, right? So first of all, let's create the service. So just go to the new tab, and that time it will be the front end, as we are going to create a service inside the front end. So simply for Angular, just use ng, g for generate, s for service, and my service name, suppose backend, right? So by entering this, a service will create. Sorry, I want to create the service inside a specific folder. So just go here and let's add the services slash backend. So it will create a backend service inside the services folder. So just go here and let's remove the wrongly created service. So this is my front end, and I just want to remove the service. So just remove this, that is delete, and also I am just deleting these things, and we will use the service from this folder. This is actually the good practice. So all the service will be under this service, and all the components will under this component. So when the project will be large, that time it will help to find some things, right? So service is added. Now open the backend service.ts and let's call the HTTP request from here. So how we can send the HTTP request? So before that, we need to call a module, that is the HTTP client module, right? So here I just want to set the HTTP client module, and it will coming from @Angular / common / HTTP, Angular / common / HTTP, right? So this, okay, and let's add the class name. So here simply write the module name, actually that is HTTP client. Okay, now we can use this HTTP client inside here. So inside the constructor, I am calling this as we need in every cases. So simply write a private property, that is HTTP. So this is the name. Using this short form, that is the using the HTTP, we can get access of HTTP client. So just define this HTTP client, okay? And let's first do for sign up. So when I click on this submit, it will hit a sign up functions. So just create a function, that is sign up, okay? And how the sign up will get the data? So initially I am setting a data, so because we need to add the from data here, and this may have any types of data, so just define this any, and simply just write return this dot http, and I will use the post. So just write post, and here we will pass the URL and the data. So we are getting the data, right? So how we'll get data? So basically we will get the data from the TypeScript, right? So we need to call this backend service from here, and before that we need to import this service from signup component so that we can use this. So let's import this. So write import, and we'll import from the path. So just use double dot slash, again the double dot, and to go out to the service, and here we'll get the service slash backend service, okay? And just use here the service name, that is backend service, okay? So service are added. So similarly in the constructor section, just add this private property, that is simply write backend and just use the backend service. So simply write backend service. Now if I just use this, and using this backend we can get access of the sign up. So now inside here write return this dot the backend, that is a service, this dot backend dot the method's name. So you can say you are auto suggesting the function name, that is signup, and we will pass the data, that is this dot from, and let's subscribe this. So we need to subscribe, right? So without subscribing we cannot send the data, so just write here, and inside this I am just writing the data, and I just want to print the console. So console dot log. So basically it will respond from the backend. So console dot log, and you are getting the data. So actually we are passing this dot from inside here, and these are actually receiving from this, right? So all are set. Now the thing is, we need to handle error. So if any error get, then we can handle error. So simply create another, that is error, and for error handling I want to set another functions, that is handle error. So handle error, okay, handle error, and I want to pass this error from here, and I will set the error from this, right? And just call this dot handle error. So to call the current class files, that the current TypeScript file, we need to get access of this handle error by this. So this is the this, and I am passing the error. Okay, so how we'll get the error? So let's define this. So from the Laravel, the error means there have many things. That is, if I just go into the sign up, so currently it is getting error. Actually we are not completed these things, so let's complete this and we can use this. So simply it says the error is declared but its value is never read. So I can use the any, and let's define the error. To use the error we need to define this. So here simply write the public error, and this time the error have array type, because there may have different types of array. And here just use this error, this dot error equal to error dot error and errors, right? Actually if you just check in the Laravel validation section, for the from validation it's returning these errors. That's the reason I am using this error. Okay, so now just go to the browser and let's see. So just click on the login. So not login, I am working on the sign up. So here is the error, that is uncaught in promise null injector error. So what is the error actually? No provider for HTTP client. Okay, so we need to configure in the app module.ts. So if we just go to the app module, so just go here app module, and let's use the HTTP module inside here. So as like backend service we are using the HTTP client. So just copy this thing, and in the app module.ts let's use this, but this time this is not HTTP client. So basically this will be HTTP client module, and let's use in the import section. So now if I just go browser again, and we can see the sign up is here, right? So the next things we need to do, so we need to add some value here and let's submit this. But in the backend service we are using the simple URL, but we are not providing the actual URL. So I need to provide the actual URL. So just create this URL. So in the api.php let's create a sign up URL. So just go here, and I just want to create a URL here. So just write here route, and the URL will be the post type, and this will be the sign up, and the controller name, that is the authentication controller. So in the Laravel 8 we have to use in this way, and colon class, and let's create a function that is sign up. Okay, and just go inside the authentication controller. So just go to the backend. So let's close this now and just go inside the app http controllers, and this is the auth controller. So let's create a functions before after the login. So we will do login after. Before that we need to register so that we will get some user, and by that user we can log in. So just write public function, and the function name is sign up, and we'll get some request. So we need to use the request here. So simply here write request and $request, and let's add some validation first. So whether the name or email or password confirm password is correctly providing or not. So simply just call the validator first. So simply use the validator. So right here validator, and also need to call the model. So here my model name is user model. So simply just write app / models and models models, and the model name is user. Okay, so user model is added and validator is also added. So let's go here in the sign up section and just create a variable validated. Okay, and just use the request arrow validate. Okay, here I will add some rules to validate. So simply create the name will be the unique, sorry, not unique, this will be the required. So right here required, and for email, so right here email, and also the email is required. And I want to add some another parameter, that is email should be a proper email type and it should be unique. So right here unique with the users tables. That means if I just go into the database and there will have users, so duplicate email ID will not acceptable. So in this reason I'm just adding this unique users. And the next thing is password, and just right here also the password is required, and this should be matched with the confirm password. So just write here confirmed. So by using these things we can say the confirm password validation, right? So confirmed. Okay, so spelling is okay. Now just create the user. So write user as we are imported on the top section. So this is the user, so we can access this user, and colon create. So I'm calling the create method and I'm just passing the request all. Right now we need to return some response to the front end. So right here return response, and I need to response with the JSON format. So just use this, and here I'm suppose sending some message. So you can say success message, anything, just I'm going to return these things. So right here user edit. Okay, and I want to pass the user data also. So if I just take this user into the user data, that means all the user information will store in this. So simply just write here the user data and just pass this all user information. So simply write user data, and when we get all these things we can pass the error response code. So simply write 200 and let's open this in this way, right? So all are ready. Now just go here and check what happened. So there is some things we need to do to complete this process. So there is some course error. So let's see what happened. So just use the test, and test@email.com and password 123456 and 123456. So let's see the error first. So if I not validate properly, so let's see how the error is appearing. So I just removing this scene, that is the confirm password and password not matches, and just open the console and let's submit this. So you can see there is some errors, that is URL not found. We need to actually set the URL first. So just go back in service.ts and here is the URL, that is 127.0.01800, and the next link is sign up. As we are using the API, so we need to use the API sign up. Okay, so let's try it again and just use test@email.com and then password 123 anything. So I'm just going to see the error, so just click on the submit. So you can see there is unauthorized. So here you can see the console log is printed. Actually we printed these things here, that's the reason it's printed. That means the signup function is called but it is rejected from the backend service. Why? The reason is cause Laravel cannot provide the outside access into this application. So just write here test@email.com and something, and obviously it will show the unauthorized. So let's solve the course problem. So how we can solve the course problem? So we'll check these things in our upcoming video. So please like and subscribe this channel for upcoming video and comment your opinion how you like this. Thanks for watching this video. Have a good day.